When we journey from the infinite vastness of the absolute into the density of this human experience, it is akin to water flowing from the boundless ocean into a narrow riverbed. Because in the ocean, there is no separation, just a seamless and undivided expanse. But as the water enters the riverbed, it begins to take shape, moving between banks, encountering rocks and rapids, feeling this pull of gravity. And this flow into form is not a rejection of the ocean, but an expression of it, a way for the formless to explore itself through form. The absolute from which we come is pure unity, peaceful, eternal, and free in its embrace. There is no contrast, no duality, and there's only infinite being. Yet, as we enter the world of experience, there's an individuality that emerges. And this emergence creates a duality, self and the other, light, shadow, joy, sorrow. These contrasts, they're not inherently painful. They are the dance of existence, but suffering arises when we forget our source, mistaking the river for the entirety of the ocean. Awakening begins when we catch a glimpse of this forgetting. It is like suddenly realizing that the mirror we've been looking into is not the source of light, but a reflection. And in that moment of spiritual awakening, we often feel as though we've stepped back into the ocean, remembering the vastness from which we came. This realization fills us with a sense of boundless peace and freedom, a recognition of our true nature, infinite, unchanging, and whole. However, in this awakening, we sometimes make a mistake. Overwhelmed by the bliss of rediscovering the ocean, we begin to reject the river. We label the world as a form of illusion or illusory, something to be transcended or escaped, and we cling to that awakening experience because we believe that experience to be the ultimate truth. And now, in doing so, we just created a new division, a new duality between the absolute and the illusory. We separate the spiritual from the mundane, the infinite from the finite, and in doing so, we completely miss this deeper truth, that the river and the ocean are not two. The river is the ocean expressing itself in movement and form. We get attached to this experience of awakening and we think we need to be in it at all times. And we often get upset or frustrated when we're not. And this involves us discrediting the world of form or denying a part of ourselves. An artist painting a masterpiece, each brushstroke, each color, each texture contributes to the whole. If the artist were to declare one stroke real and another illusory, then the whole masterpiece would lose its meaning. So similarly, life is the canvas upon which the absolute expresses itself, and every aspect of existence, including joy, including sorrow, light, shadow, self, and other, is a necessary part of the painting. True awakening lies in embracing this wholeness. It is the realization that the peace of the absolute is not confined to moments of transcendence, but woven into the fabric of every experience. The breeze that touches your skin, the laughter of a child, the pain of loss, all of it carries the essence of the infinite. The duality we perceive between spiritual and mundane, self and other, is simply the ocean playing as the river, the formless exploring itself through form. Consider a tree. Its roots are buried in the soil, hidden and unseen, while its branches reach towards the sky, visible and illuminated. The tree does not reject its roots in favor of its branches, nor does it cling to the branches while ignoring the roots. Its existence as a whole, it exists as a whole, grounded in the earth while reaching for the heavens. And in the same way, awakening isn't about choosing between the absolute and the relative, but recognizing that they are one and the same. When we stop resisting any part of life, suffering dissolves, because suffering arises only when we resist what is, when we try to separate the river from the ocean. And this is the paradox of awakening, of true spirituality. That we are both everything and nothing. The whole paradox that we are both nothing and everything. It resolves itself when we stop trying to solve it. And in surrendering to this paradox, we find peace because there is nothing left to resist. This understanding, it's not merely intellectual, but completely lived. It is not about retreating into the absolute or clinging to the individual self, but about embodying the wholeness of existence. True freedom is found in this integration, where we are free from the need to define or categorize experience, yet we are fully alive within it. Think about and imagine holding a child's drawing, a simple, imperfect creation filled with love. The joy that it brings is not because it is perfect or real, but because it is an expression of the child's being. And life is much the same, because every moment, every experience is an absolute gift from existence itself, an expression of the infinite in finite form. To awaken fully is to cherish this gift, to see the divine in the mundane, the eternal in the ephemeral. This is the path of total acceptance, to live beyond the paradox while being fully present within it. And in this, we are free from suffering because we no longer reject any part of life. We live in the dance of duality, knowing it as an expression of unity. There is no greater freedom than this, to be both the infinite and the finite, both the observer and the participant. If you feel drawn to explore this deeper truth and embody this freedom, I invite you to join a community dedicated to this integration, because together we can dive into the fullness of life, not as something to escape from, but as the ultimate expression of the absolute. You'll find the link in the description or my bio or wherever you can find links. Blessings.